The introduction of commission-free investing has significantly altered the investment landscape in recent years, and one of the most prominent apps that allows commission-free investing in the UK is Freetrade. It entered the market with a very simple, user-friendly app and a clear objective to make stock market investing accessible to everyone. Well, a fair amount has changed since our last review of Freetrade back in July 2024, not least the fact that they have been acquired by leading online trading platform IG. So in this updated Freetrade review, I'll look at how Freetrade works, how much it costs, and how it compares to key competitors like Trading 212 and AJ Bell. I will just point out there'll be a link in the show notes to our full review on the Money to the Masses website. You can find all the details I talk about in this video, and also you can find comparison with other products and services. But if you go to the top right, we have just launched a new Money to the Masses AI tool. You can ask questions about anything to do with money, including about investment platforms, and it will answer your questions for you. So who is Freetrade and how does it work? Well, Freetrade's objective since its launch in 2018 has been to make investing simple and affordable, primarily through a smartphone app. The app is clean in design, it's intuitive and makes the process of buying and selling shares straightforward. You can set up an account in minutes and begin investing with as little as £2. You can search for stocks and ETFs, view simple performance graphs and track your portfolio's value. The overall design of the app is intended to make investing less intimidating for beginners. However, this simplicity has its drawbacks. While the app is very easy to use, it does lack the detailed research and tools you'll find on more traditional platforms like Hargreaves Lansdown or AJ Bell. So what types of accounts can you use on Freetrade to hold your investments? There are three types of account. There is the general investment account, or GIA. This is a basic investment account where any profits may be liable to capital gains tax, for example. Second, you've got a stocks and shares ISA where you can invest up to £20,000 annually, and any gains or dividends are completely tax-free. A key benefit is that Freetrade's ISA is flexible, which means you can withdraw money and replace it within the same tax year without it affecting your allowance. And then thirdly, we've got the SIP. So that's the self-invested personal pension where you can save towards your retirement and you get generous tax relief from the government, as you do with any other type of SIP out there. Within these accounts, you can access over 6,000 UK, US and European shares as well as ETFs. Now this includes well-known companies like Apple and Tesla as well as major UK firms. They also offer fractional shares for US stocks, which allows you to buy a small portion of a share, which can be especially useful for those who have less to invest, as they can buy a fraction of an expensive share like Amazon or Nvidia for just a few pounds. Now for years, one of the main criticisms levelled at Freetrade was the inability to purchase traditional mutual funds. If you wanted a simple all-in-one portfolio like one of the popular Vanguard Life Strategy funds, you had to use a different platform. Well, as of May 2025, Freetrade now offers a curated list of 22 Vanguard mutual funds. However, there is a pretty significant caveat. So mutual funds are only currently available to Freetrade Plus subscribers, and that's a plan that costs £11.99 a month, or just under £120 a year if you're happy to pay an annual subscription. Caveats aside, it's a significant development for the platform, as it means you can now hold well-regarded funds like Life Strategy 80% Equity Fund via the Freetrade app. The move represents a clear strategic change, transforming Freetrade from what was primarily a stock picking app into a viable option for long-term passive investors who want to build a core diversified portfolio. Whether it will be opened up to all customers will remain to be seen. So how does Freetrade generate revenue? While you won't pay commission fees for buying shares, there are other fees that you need to be aware of. Now, we provided a full list on screen of the relevant information that compares all of those fees. Firstly, there are subscription fees. So while the basic plan is free, you only get access to the general investment account. So those wishing to invest via an ISA would need to upgrade to the standard plan, which costs £5.99 a month, or £60 if you are paying annually. Those wishing to access its SIP would need to upgrade to the Plus plan, which costs £11.99 a month, or £120 if you decide to pay annually. This flat fee model represents a potential issue for those with smaller portfolios. If a beginner invests £1,000 in an ISA on the standard plan, the £72 annual fee represents a 7.2% 2% charge on their investment. This could have a significant impact on potential returns. In contrast, for an investor with £100,000 in an ISA, the same £72 fee represents an annual charge of just 0.072%, which is extremely low cost. In terms of other fees, if you buy or sell US stocks, Freetrade charges a percentage to convert your pounds to dollars. You'll pay 0.99% on the basic plan, 0.59% on the standard plan, and 0.39% on the plus plan. So how does Freetrade compare to its competitors in terms of costs and features? Now, we've provided a comparison on the screen with Trading 212 and AJ Bell Dodl, and it shows the ISA cost, the FX fees, the investment choice, and who each platform might be best for. So looking at Trading 212, that is probably Freetrade's closest rival. And in terms of cost, Trading 212 has a significant advantage. You don't pay a fee to access its stocks and shares ISA, and FX fees are only 0.15%. If you are an ISA investor who frequently buys stocks in the US, then Trading 212 will be considerably cheaper. Freetrade's main advantage is its cleaner, simpler user interface, as well as the fact that investors can now access a selection of Vanguard Mutual Funds, which Trading 212 does not offer. If we compare Freetrade to AJ Bell Dodl, well, AJ Bell Dodl is a simplified version of the main investment platform from AJ Bell. Now, it charges a percentage fee of 0.15% a year with a minimum of £1 a month per product that you have. It means AJ Bell Dodl is cheaper for smaller ISA portfolios. However, there is a compromise. The investment choice with AJ Bell Dodl is limited to approximately 37 funds and around 80 shares. So given my final verdict on Freetrade, let's look at the pros and cons very quickly. The pros, well, the app is straightforward and easy to use. The free GIA is an excellent way to start investing without financial commitment, but of course it isn't tax sheltered. And the addition of Vanguard Funds makes Freetrade a more comprehensive platform for long-term investing, albeit at a cost. The cons is the flat monthly fee can make it relatively expensive for small ISA and SIP portfolios, and the FX fees are higher when compared to its competitors. So who is Freetrade suitable for? It's a good choice for you if you're a beginner who wants to start with the free GIA to buy a few shares in the UK, or you have a large portfolio, for example, over £30,000, with a flat $5.99 monthly fee for an ISA offers better value for money, and you value a simple user experience. You might want to consider other options though if you want to invest via an ISA and are starting out with a small amount of money, and you would be better off with an app that doesn't charge a subscription fee such as Trading 212, especially if you plan to frequently trade international stocks. Or if you prefer to invest in funds, then a percentage-based platform like AJ Bell Dodl could suit you well. Ultimately, the best platform is always the one that is right for your own personal circumstances and your goals. The market is regularly changing, and while Freetrade was an early innovator, it is inevitably never going to be the best option for every investor. I would be interested to hear your thoughts. Are you a Freetrade user? What has your experience been? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you found this useful, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every platform that we've mentioned, there is a full review on the Money to the Masses website. We'll put links to those in the notes of this video, and also in those reviews you can find out information on the latest offers for new customers to each of those platforms. And finally, don't forget to go and check out our new Money to the Masses AI tool. Again, there is a link to that tool in the notes of this video. You can ask any money questions that you want.